In the beginning of this story, we see the incident that happened 20 years back in Osaka, Japan, in which we see a girl child and a woman, where there are many other people, and there is a small boy, and when all these people are taking photographs, someone shoots them, and then we see a wounded man in a Brazilian hospital. He gets up from his bed and starts going outside. When the doctor tries to stop him, he starts trashing them, due to which they tranquilize him by injecting him. We now see a girl named Akami practicing with her master in a dojo. After her training at the dojo, Akami heads to a market. Next we see a person named Takashi. Takashi goes to meet a man named Yuchiyaki, who is tied by Takashi's men. Yuchiyaki whispers something in Takashi's ear, after listening to which Takashi kills both his men. And now Akami stops by a store where she works. Akami comes home from work and after coming home takes a shower. Next day we see the same hospital guy again. Some officers come to inquiry from whom. They show him a sword and say, when you met us, then you had a sword in your hand. Do you remember anything? And he says, I don't remember anything. After that the officers leave from there, and that person somehow opens his handcuffs and getting out of there. He goes to another room and picks up a package from there and comes out of the hospital. At night Takashi has come to meet his leader Oyabun, where a man says, stop killing my man Takashi-san. And Takashi says, I have no reason to listen to you. And that person says, it is for this family and for Oyabun. And now Takashi is about to cut off one of his fingers for Oyabun. And Oyabun stops him and says that you are my special man and I trust you. And that person from the hospital, sitting at one place while talking, takes out of his sword and looks at it carefully. And today is Akami's birthday. She is celebrating her birthday with her friend. After a while she gets up and goes on stage and starts singing. And the boy starts misbehaving with her and holds her hand and sees her tattoo. And when Akami starts to leave, he makes a dirty gesture at her, due to which she gives him a kick on the face. And after that everyone goes after Akami. Akami's friend hits a bottle on the boy's head. After the policeman comes there and stops everyone. After that the person from the hospital goes to an antique store, where he finds a scabbard for the sword. After a while the owner comes there and says, what are you doing here? He asks the shop owner, do you know anything about this sword? He looks at the sword and says, it is just a normal sword, and says, sell it to me for $1,500. And he hits the shop owner hard and says, I want to know about the sword. So says the owner of the shop, some time ago a Japanese come here. He wanted to sharpen his sword, so I sent him to the right person, and says it is a Muramasa, a crushed sword. People are ready to pay anything for it, and also tells him the address of the Japanese man. And in the morning he goes to a building where he is looking for something in a room. Now we see in the night, Akami is going towards her home. Some people follow him on the way. He is the same guy from the last night, and he has other partners too. Akami comes straight to her room. They also follow him to his room. Akami fights to escape from them, but they overpower him. They think of raping Akami. Only then that person from the hospital saves him, but he gets shot on his shoulder, due to which the sword slips from his hand. And only then does Akami picks up the sword and chop off the boy's hand. Takashi arrives there looking for Akami and shoots everyone who comes in his way. The man and Akami somehow escape from Takashi. After this, Akami asks the person, what are you doing in my apartment? So he says that I want to know about this sword. Akami tells that the sword belongs to her grandfather, who is no more in this world. And after that she goes inside to take medicine, and she takes out the box which has that photo from 20 years ago. Then his master comes and asks her master if the girl in this photo is me, and these are parents, and who are these people who want to kill me. And his master says, Sugahara, your boss, will be able to answer this, and says that this katana is now attached to you. Now it is yours. And she walks out to get her answer. And that person comes and asks the master of Akami where did she go. His master doesn't say anything, so he goes out to find him. And on the other side, Akami goes to her boss and asks, since when are you in this relationship with my grandfather? Sugahara tells Akami everything she knows and gives an address to Akami that all your questions will be answered there. Now Akami leaves from there and is in the train, and that person in the hospital is with him. After getting off the train in the morning, they both go towards that address. Akami reaches that address and opens the door. There are two old men inside. They say to Akami, girl, what are you doing here? Go away from here. And Akami shows them the sword, which they are shocked to see. And an old woman comes from inside and tells Akami to come with me. She takes an Akami outside, where an old man comes. Akami asks him showing the photo, and he tells that from Muramasa, and we are his friends. Akami says, you used to be my grandfather's friends. So why are you not telling me anything? And after a while, the old lady comes and says, "Follow me." And both these old men and that hospital guy are all sitting watching TV. And the old lady takes Akami to takes a bath. After Akami takes a bath, the old lady shows Akami to her room and says, "I will bring you some food and clothes." And says, "You can call me Yakiko." And we see at night, these two old men drag that hospitalist to a room. And that third old man comes and one of them asks, "What should we do with it?" And he says, "Leave it here. It will take care of itself." And Thundas wakes up Akami. Yakiko comes there and says, "Are you not sleeping? Get ready, follow me." Akami follows him with the lantern. She takes Akami to a graveyard and says, "Some incidents are such that we cannot tell, but their existence comes to the fore." After saying this, she walks away. And Akami goes and checks every grave and finds her grandfather's grave. He gets a box from there, in which there are some pieces of newspapers, in which there is news about the Osaka incident that happened 20 years ago. After this, we see that the person in the hospital regains consciousness due to sound of thunder. And when he gets up and looks through the window, he sees that some people are leaving from a room. And Takashi chases Akami and reaches here as well. When Akami takes out his sword, Takashi reveals to him by opening his shirt that this sword had tasted my blood before. He tells that he is not an enemy. After a while, some other people also come there. Seeing them, Takashi and Akami hide, and that person from the hospital breaks the door and comes out and sees all the people have been killed. He approaches Yakiko and takes the dagger from her hand, and on the other side, Takashi and Akami are surrounded, and the other people are firing at them. We see a person named Kojiro, the same person Takashi doesn't get along with. He catches the old man. After that, we see the hospital guy comes and saves Takashi and Akami, due to which both of them get a chance to escape. Akami says we cannot leave him like this. So Takashi tells him that this is the same person who killed your grandfather. In the morning, we see Takashi stopping the car at a place and coming out and sitting down. And he says to Akami, "Will you bring sushi bottle and clothes from the car?" Akami brings the bottle and cloth. Now Takashi tells about Akami's grandfather, that your grandfather is my right hand, and your father was the most respected man in Osaka, and tells while taking out the blood, Kenichi, who is now my boss, used to tell others as a conspiracy that your father is a big and smoking a cigarette. He tells that on your first birthday, Oyabun Kenichi and his goon Kajiro makes a plan to kill your whole family. Later in the night, we see them in the car. They go to Boat Market, and Takashi is telling Akami that there are still some person who are loyal to your family. They can even give their lives for you in this war. And then when Takashi looks back, Akami is not there, and the boy standing in front points to him from above. And Akami goes to her dojo. She sees that her master's dead body is lying below, and two more people are lying there. Seeing all this, she puts down her sword and picks up the candlestick while crying. After some time, that hospital guy also comes, and Akami asks him, "Why did you kill them?" So he says that I did not do anything. Then she starts to beat him, and till then he does not fall down. Takashi arrives after a while, and he is about to shoot him. Akami stops him and says that it will die itself in a while. It is not needed. And some people from outside come there, and Akami takes his sword and says, "Get ready for battle." And they leave from there. Takashi tells Akami that we will go by helicopter to the port, from where we will go to Japan. And he goes to a club, where the boy takes them to a room where there are two girls. From there, everyone starts fighting with each other. After much effort, Akami kills both the girls, and then she kills that boy too. After this, Takashi and Akami go to straight to the roof of the building, but Kojiro on the roof, his men and that hospital guy are also already there. Takashi and Kojiro fighting, but Takashi is killed. After this, the Kojiro's men are about to shoot, but the hospitalist snatches the gun and kills all the other men. And after that, Akami and Kojiro, they both fighting with each other. Kojiro says, "The way I kill your parents and your brother, I will kill you too." But victory belongs to Akami, and Akami behead him with the sword strike. After this, she goes to the hospital guy, and the hospital guy says that I didn't lie, I just don't remember anything. Akami tells him, "But you are guilty, and from today your name will be Shiro, and you will be a part of this war of mine." And this is where the movie ends. Like the video if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe the channel.